Yeah. Now we're doing it too. We're doing it too. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What's going on, Bill? Apter.
Welcome back from your wonderful trip. I got to do like the fans do it. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Nice.
Welcome back. And you deserved it.
I appreciate it.
So let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you.
I got a call. From one of the promoters of big time wrestling. You remember when you and I went to that great convention in Chillicothe, Ohio?
Absolutely, yes.
We had a great time, got a lot of interviews and stuff. Well, he called me today saying that on March 9th in Chillicothe, there's not only going to be a fan festival, which I will be attending and negotiating to host it. I don't know if it's going to happen yet. I know you will be there.
We'll be there.
But he mentioned to me, and I'm not going to break this until it's official, that this has been done and a table has been broken and a contract has been signed. But he told me about a dream match that I went like, it's never happened. Two guys that have never wrestled each other.
Wow.
One is kind of a veteran.
Okay.
But he's a young veteran. The other's a young guy.
Okay. Very nice. A veteran versus a young guy.
Well, no, a young veteran, so to say. This guy is ageless.
Yes.
Absolutely ageless, but I don't want to say anything.
Okay. Yeah, not to say any names or anything.
No, but his opponent is, people are going to be shocked when they see who this is.
So that means it's going to be the Shockmaster?
No, it's going to be just Schlockmaster.
Oh, okay. I mean, you said shocked.
No. Yeah, that's it. I was with him this weekend at Icons of Wrestling. Shockmaster, and I did a lot of interviews, and a lot of them talking about if they were the opponent of Sting in Sting's final match, what would happen. And Shockmaster, Typhoon, Fred Ottman, who I love to death, he's such a great guy. He cut a great promo for me, which we will run exclusively on WrestleBinge, maybe right here on another night.
I like it. So,
and by the way, I'm talking to you for next week. There's a very good, strong possibility, 75-50, that we may have Marty Jannetty on with
Very
us next
nice.
week.
Very
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
yeah.
See, that's the cool thing about unscripted, man. It's unscripted. We just bring people just because, and we just
There's no reason.
yeah, just unscripted, man. Hey, you want to come on unscripted? Sure, it's unscripted. Oh, that's
That's it.
great.
But he's got to
Fantastic.
watch the language. I told him we're a
PG.
PG show.
Absolutely. PG, man. Just like the old days where they keep it PG, but they knew how to cut a good promo without using profanity. So
That's
that's
right.
how it used to be
That's
in the
right.
old days. So
I
Bill,
sent you something. I sent you something today.
you did.
Yeah.
But I have to start off with my Cody Rhodes, right? So Bill, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Hey,
right.
so wait a minute. Why don't we just talk about that real quick before what I sent you?
Okay.
Yeah. Has your opinion changed about the match with he and Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia coming up, the Crown Jewel? I say it's going to be a really good match, but LA Knight's not coming back to the United States with that title.
I agree with those sentiments. I
You
agree.
do.
I think
Okay.
that the fans will get behind him. I think that Roman Reigns. See, Roman Reigns is a very underrated seller. I think
Mm-hmm.
that him and Brock Lesnar are two of the most underrated sellers. Brock Lesnar is highly under undercredited for his selling ability. He is an amazing seller. If he wants to work with you, he will make you look like $1,000,000. And people don't talk about how good of a seller Brock Lesnar is
Yeah,
or not.
that's true. Very good
Um,
observation.
indeed, he's a fantastic seller. Roman Reigns is another person who people don't talk about his selling enough. I think that Roman Reigns is a fantastic seller.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He does show vulnerability at times.
Does he does.
Um,
Facials are good, man. He's really good. He knows how to sell very well. If
yeah,
there's anybody who probably helped him work on some things, it was his theatrics, his confidence. I mean, his suffering succotash promo and all that with Cena back in the day. He just wasn't.
suffering.
Yeah, he just wasn't confident on the mic, man. And since his heel turn, man, he's been much more confident on the mic. His cadence has been more methodic
Yeah.
and really good, and his selling has been fantastic. And so I think that he will do that at Crown Jewel, but I don't. I think he will beat L.A. Knight. I think he will beat
Okay.
LA.
Okay. I do too. Now you were talking about, you did mention Cody. So what's going to happen with Cody now with Damian Priest?
Yeah, I think it's just a straight win. I think it's
Oh,
another
wait a minute.
filler win.
Wait a minute. I'm jumping ahead. Do you think that Damian Priest might cash in on Roman Reigns?
I think I mentioned that last week. I think it's a
I think you did.
possibility. I did. I
Okay.
don't think it'll be on Roman Reigns though. I think it'll be on Seth Rollins, if anybody.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
But
All right.
I don't want that to be I don't want that to be at the expense of Drew McIntyre though. Like
No, I
I
don't either.
really
No.
liked Drew McIntyre's promo. I mentioned that on the Legion of Raw show. I liked his video package, man. It made sense to me. It made sense. Like this is someone who basically got struck by the COVID bug. He was champ. He had the hottest point of his career at the Royal Rumble when he eliminated Brock Lesnar, and then the following and 2 months later, the whole world shut down.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
weeks before WrestleMania. I remember because I
Yeah.
was supposed to be flying to Tampa and doing media that year. And
Right.
that was my
Right.
first time in Tampa. I was looking forward to it. And so I was flying for media to do media that year and got canceled. And it's crazy because the whole world shut down, which was unfortunate. And it made sense, man. Like his whole promo made perfect sense to me. And interestingly enough, in 2021, it's crazy because I was supposed to go to some. There's something about Tampa that doesn't like me for some reason because I was supposed to go to Tampa in 2020, had that canceled because of COVID. Then I was supposed to be flying to Tampa to do media for WrestleMania in 2021. The
Yeah.
day before, I was supposed to fly out that Thursday morning, early Thursday
Mm-hmm.
morning.
Yeah.
Wednesday night, I had to go to the ER. Found out I had COVID.
Just remind me next time you're going to Tampa, so I don't make any plans.
Yes. So you won't
go with you.
Yes, indeed.
Go with you.
But I
so when I was, since we're unscripted,
let
me talk to you.
Let me talk to you. That was pretty good. That was a good line, Bill. Look at it.
Thank you. You walked right into So when I was growing up, and I know I used this before, but one of the big things that I loved when I was growing up was going to Sunnyside Garden and standing outside and waiting for the wrestlers to come out and go, "Are you signing? Can I get your autograph?"
Very nice.
And they were fine. I've got to catch a plane, but I'll stop. So I'm leading into what I sent you earlier today.
Yes.
That New Japan Pro Wrestling has come out with what do you want to call it? A doctrine?
A statement.
Here,
about
what not to do. They appreciate the fans, but they are putting a list of rules down that if you break them, you may be turned over to the law for harassment.
Let me read
do you have it in front of you there,
yes,
Dr. Chris?
I do. Let me read the statement out to you. It says,
let's go over one at a time, by the way, when you get to the bullet points.
Let's itemize this thing.
Dr. Chris with the New Japan press release that has come out that shocked me.
Shock, like the shock mask.
Right.
It says we ask fans to refrain from contact from.
Wait, we what? We
ask fans to refrain from contact with NJPW wrestlers outside of officially designated fan meeting events. This includes waiting for wrestlers on entrance and exits from venues.
So come on now. I just went over this whole thing where when you're a young fan, one of the great things is to try and stand outside that dressing room, outside the arena and wait for them to come out. Maybe somebody will sign an autograph for you. How are you going to get 1,000 people that are waiting outside behind barriers to go home? You're not allowed to do this.
Right. I agree. Yeah, it's interesting because I shared this story before. There's a couple stories that I had back in 01 and 02. In 01, so I used to actually a good buddy of mine, a good friend of mine. Him and I used to go to the pro wrestling shows back in 2001, 2002, like every show that was here in Columbus.
Where are you talking about now, geographically?
My hometown, Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
So basically, we would go there 2001, 2002, and we would stay to the very end, like not to the end of the show, but to the very end. So we're talking about midnight, close to 1 o'clock in the morning, and wait for the wrestlers to come out to their cars.
Yeah.
And we used to ask them for their autographs as they were approaching their cars. And we would meet them. I think I met Waltman. I know I met Chris Canyon. Oh, stand-up guy. Just the nicest guy Chris Canyon was, man. He actually popped because we asked him for an autograph, man. It's super humble, super cool dude he was.
But it's part of the fans.
Yeah, but it was so fun, man. He gave us his autograph, put it on, autographed my ticket. So here's another really fun story, similar to this here, as far as waiting for the people. So it was one year, 2002, where we saw Kurt Angle come out to his car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, okay, like we're just gonna go, balls to the wall, like no fear. We're gonna go up to Kurt Angle and get his autograph. So he hits the car before we had an opportunity to get to him. So he goes in his car, he drives out, and we run to the car, right? And so we follow Kurt Angle outside the parking lot and as he was pulling out, he's on the main street. We're honking our horn, and then we have a pull over, and then we get out of our car, and within seconds, a mob of police was right behind us, ready to just tackle us, right? So we go up to
Wow.
Kurt Angle's window, and we're like, man, we're big fans. Can we have your autograph? He was super cool. He actually told the police officers to back up.
Oh, he didn't bail. He didn't give you money for bail.
He didn't, because we didn't get apprehended yet, thank God.
Right.
So he held the police off of us, gave us his autograph on our tickets, and we left, man. It was a great story, similar to what you're saying with this. So yeah.
Now, a lot of times, though, with some of them, when you got close to them, like Crazy Luke Graham, when I was growing up in Bulldog Brower, I'd get over it. After the matches, I did the same thing. I stayed, and they'd come out of the entrance, and they'd have not a cab waiting or something, just a friend in a car, and say, "Can I have a get the hell out of here?" And they stayed in character. Stayed in character. So, all right.
So just don't tell the heels. Yeah. Before that, we got a super chat. Animal Instinct, $5 super chat. Hello, Bill. Big fan of your interviews. Please interview Shelton Benjamin, Rick Boots, Mandy Rose, Lacey Evans, Elias, and Jackson Riker. Interesting.
All of them
emojis
in the same room.
I guess so. All in the same room, and emojis. He's got emojis next to him too.
This is very cool. Thank you, Animal Instinct.
Yeah, very
and we appreciate your super chat. I have tried to get a hold of Shelton Benjamin. He has not responded yet. Lacey Evans, Mac Davis, and Teddy Long on their after hours show did get with her, but I'm also chasing her down to see if I can get an interview with her. Trying to also get a hold of Elias. Mandy Rose is like, I hate to use the word untouchable, but she's got so much fans only right now on that site. It's hard to get a hold of her. But I'm gonna keep trying. So thank you. And if you really love my interviews, make sure you subscribe here to Wrestle Binge. And I got a brand new one up with Tori Wilson that went up early this morning.
Very nice.
So,
Tori.
She's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
He's making fun.
All right. Please bear in mind that around venues and hotels where wrestlers are staying, waiting for wrestlers and pressuring for autographs and pictures, i.e. Kurt Angle, puts a strain on personal time as well as disrupts regular business for other guests and staff. Now, here's my take on that, Bill. How can they determine that? Wouldn't that be based on the discretion of the wrestler?
Yeah, the other thing is a lot of the hotels, if it's a big thing like WrestleMania, they won't let you in the lobby unless you can show your proof of a room access, there. Yeah. But there are a lot of them that, like back in the days when I used to go to the Nassau Coliseum, fans would leave the matches early and hang out in the lobby.
Yeah.
And there were wrestlers like Goldberg who there'd be 100 fans waiting for him, and he'd sit there and sign for everybody there. A lot of the wrestlers loved doing that. The hotels had no problem doing that. And again, it's the fan experience. Hey, where are they staying? They're at the Ramada. Let's go.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Now, there's been a lot of issues with that lately. I think it was like Liv Morgan felt so like compelled, and her face was just like so droopy and so frustrated when she was like forced to sign autographs at airports. Rhea Ripley was talking about that, just talking very negatively about that and very upset about that. Now, it's interesting because I've known people who've interacted with Rhea Ripley. All the people, like every single exchange that I've heard about Rhea Ripley, all positive. I heard that she's a very, very nice person. And so, but she had something to say when it comes to these airport autographs, man. So I guess this does help people when it comes to airports as far as limiting that. But
they're public, they're celebrities.
They're celebrities.
TMZ hunts them down.
That's true.
You know, oh look, we're going on a trip. Oh, look over there. It's Rhea Ripley. Oh, could we please? So it's part of. You may not like it, but it's part of being a celebrity.
Now that I will agree with you with, actually, because I do think that's just a part of the plan. Now, here's the thing. Like Rhea Ripley's real name isn't Rhea Ripley. It's Demi Bennett, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like you signed up to be Rhea Ripley kind of everywhere in public. You know what I mean? Like people like for instance, people like The Undertaker throughout his entire career stayed in kayfabe, but oftentimes in public wear glasses and wear dark colors and things like that. He really appreciated the kayfabe of The Undertaker and stayed in kayfabe, stayed in character because he appreciated the character.
Look at the original Sheik. Original Sheik, like he never could speak English.
Yep.
He wouldn't sign autographs.
Same thing with Abdullah. Same thing with Abdullah. He was the same way.
Yeah. He did, and they just walked. And as I was through airports with Abdullah, and he was just somebody to come over and want an autograph. He go, and he just walked away. That's it. He stayed in character. But here you have these people that are like a Becky Lynch. She's going to be on Celebrity Jeopardy. Okay. So another one who's their WWE stars for the most part transcend the sports entertainment wrestling business. It's the entertainment part. So it comes with the territory, gang.
It does. Yeah, it does. I mean, I can understand, like, for instance, like, you know, I get it. And I agree with you. I do understand from a wrestler standpoint because there's like weird kind of you know, creepy fans who have like a list of things for people to
celebrities
sign.
Have these things.
That's true, but I do have an issue with like the fan who has like a list of things, like a book and a posters, like they're forcing the wrestler to sign like 5 or 6 things. And I'm like, hold on a second. Like I'll sign one thing and I'll move on, because essentially what you're doing now is you're going to sell these things on eBay and you're making a fortune out of my autograph. So that's a huge problem at that point. Yeah. So if it's more than one thing, I'm not signing it. For sure.
No, I get that. But you know, like taking photos in an airport, if you're grabbing a quick photo, that's, you know.
Agreed. I agree with that. Yeah. And there's a lot of wrestlers, you know, they feel they look frustrated in their airport photos. I mean, that's a part of the
they didn't go to sleep, man. They partied all night. Now the fans want a picture at the airport. You're a celebrity.
You're a celebrity indeed.
Actually there's a song by Brad Paisley called Celebrity, and there's a video on it. After our show is over and you go to your Pancakes show, after that show, tomorrow morning, look up that Brad Paisley Celebrity, listen to the lyrics. It's perfect for this. Next bullet point.
Yes, indeed. All right, so we kindly ask fans to refrain from
You told me to go ahead.
I did. Say that. Waiting at dojos, venues, hotels, and places of transit, airports, etc., for wrestlers, as well as photography and video taken without consent. So how do you interpret this? So without consent just means don't take it without asking them and them saying yes.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. You don't take, you know, hey, can I take a quick video of you and I together? Or could you just say hello to my Aunt Myrtle?
There you go. Yeah. Can you wish my Uncle Fred a happy birthday? A happy 83rd
Is it Fred's birthday?
Uncle Fred. I don't know.
Fred Sanford.
There you go. The late great Fred Sanford. It's the big one. Elizabeth is the big one.
The big one, honey.
I think it's Nick Saban's birthday from Alabama today, actually.
Oh, happy birthday, Nick.
Yeah. I think
so is that the end of the list, by the way?
No, it's not. Yeah, it's today's he turned 72 years old, Nick Saban did. Very interesting.
Nick Saban.
Yeah, from Alabama. Coach of Alabama. Okay. Yeah. All right. So directly bringing gifts. Approaching wrestlers and requesting photographs and autographs outside of designated meet and greet events,
like conventions, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Directly bringing gifts and fan mail to wrestlers.
Oh, come on!
You can't give them gifts.
Come on,
anymore.
You know that a wrestler is staying at your hotel and you want to buy that wrestler a gift from the gift shop and hand it to he or she. Come on.
Here's my theory. Here's my gripe with that, Bill. Wonder if like a wrestler's single and a nice looking guy came up to her and said, "Hey, I think that you're, you know, very attractive." So does that limit every wrestler from, you know, potentially dating, you know, just the a fan. You know what I mean? Is
No.
that impossible? You know what I mean? Like,
No.
yeah, it's a former, this person's a fan.
Wait.
It's very attractive.
What gift would you give a wrestler, male or female? What would you
Personally?
Yeah, personally.
So I have my own faith-based clothing line. So I would probably give them a t-shirt or a hoodie.
And see, I do the same thing. I'd give them an Apter chat hat.
There you go.
Or something like that. Yeah. But when I was a fan, again at Sunnyside Garden in Queens, after the matches, some of the wrestlers would hang out at the local White Castle and get like a bag of belly bombers to take on the road.
Yeah.
And sometimes the fans would pay for those, and the wrestlers like, hey, thanks for the gift.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I speaking of that, I've given Jackson Riker or Chad Lale a couple of my hoodies from my clothing line. He's tagged me and promoted it on his Facebook page. So it makes
I don't know who that is.
Jackson Riker, Chad Lale, same thing. Gunner, Chad Lale, Jackson Riker. From WWE. He was a part of part of the Forgotten Sons. He was
okay.
Yeah. He was Gunner. He was Gunner in TNA. Yeah.
God, now I know exactly who.
Military vet. Yeah. All right. So gathering in large numbers around venues for wrestlers, Bill. Can't do that anymore.
Why not?
And lastly, I don't know.
Why not? New Japan, what are you doing? I love your shows. I love everything about you. But why? And mainly, is this geared to the people is this something that the fans since New Japan is touring a lot or touring more so in the United States, are they seeing this in the United States more so than Japan? And this is why they're doing this?
That could be the case, because I know that they've came to San Francisco and has done start touring in the in Western US. So I mean, and let's do the last point here. New Japan Pro Wrestling and its wrestlers deeply appreciate the support of our great fans and ask for your cooperation and respecting personal space as well as local residents and institutions. Yeah, there you go, Bill. That is the statement that was sent by New Japan Pro Wrestling. So basically, unless you have consent from a wrestler, don't ask, don't take, and don't
leave them alone.
Leave them alone. Which is odd, man. It just kind of takes the fun and the excitement away. I mean, stuff like those pictures are lifelong to a lot of those fans. Yeah. They hang it on the wall, they frame it. You know, I mean, they got stories behind it. I remember when
Tanahashi, can I take you? Arrest that man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Arrest him. So yeah.
Right.
All right, let's do a 2-minute lightning round, Bill. Let's see what we have.
Oh my goodness, are we that part of the show already?
Man, absolutely. With the lightning round.
New Japan has taken up a lot of our show today.
Yeah. So of course, Super Chat gets first priority. So we can't guarantee every question unless it's super chatted. What is your
we got to tell them how to super chat. We got to tell them how to get it.
Oh, just hit up if you're on YouTube, just hit the super chat button right over there. Let's do what do you think's next for the Miz? What do you think's next for the Miz? You think a babyface turn is next for the Miz?
Absolutely. Actually, I loved his interview with Adam Pearce after the Bronson Reed match. I thought that was off the charts. Okay. Yeah, I think, and the fans were pretty much behind him last night.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm not a fan of it. I don't want Miz is such a good heel, man. He's such a good heel as a baby face. But his baby faces runs were so stale, man. They were stale. This will
be different.
He's a good. Okay, explain how it'd be different than the other ones.
Because the fans want to like him now because of the situation that he's been put into.
But that's what happened on those other babyface turns, though.
Yeah, well, it's a different years ago, so different audience at this point.
So it's you think it's a lesser audience?
Some of them, maybe 20%.
Yeah, that's not. I would say 80% is
fans.
8 out of every 10. 8 out of 10 people are still the same as it was before. So I do think
me a while. It took me a while to learn to like The Miz. I was not a big fan of his. I am now, but it took me
Mhm.
a while to develop into liking The Miz.
Yeah, I think we just need an entire overhaul of the Miz character. If we see the same Miz, if we see the same style of the Miz as a babyface, it's not going to be anything. It's not going to be any different. He's going to come up to the uh, awesome theme song. It's going to be it's going to be
Awesome.
the same maneuvers. It's going to be the same style of promo, but he's just going to wrestle heels. I mean, it's just I don't see the difference with the Miz, man. He's an OG. He's a pro.
Yeah,
But I just don't see anything. I don't see how a babyface turn in this point of his career will help him in a way that's not a lateral move or even a demotion in his overall presence.
I have 5 words to say that about that, and it's a cliche. It remains to be seen.
It remains to be seen. Yes, indeed. We shall see. I'm not hopeful of it. Especially with what we like. Is he going to be a top baby face now? No, I think he's just going to be fodder for Gunther. I mean, that's unfortunate. Um,
Everybody is fodder for Gunther.
which is the reason why you should build up babyface stronger and
Yeah,
make
yeah.
everybody make people look good. So
The rumor is when they go to Berlin that maybe Ludwig Kaiser will turn against Gunther and become the
Hmm.
Intercontinental Champion. That's the rumor.
um, I wouldn't be necessarily mad at that actually.
Okay,
I think Ludwig Kaiser. I think he's a great character. I
he
think he's
is.
a fantastic character. He has the smugness to him. He just kind of aristocratic and
You
just
did
kind of
that well. It's
yeah.
very good.
Thank you very
Mhm.
much. I think he's really good. I like him as a character. I think that he's a really good kind of blue blood type of heel, though. And I think that like you got to
Mhm.
give him that first, you know what I mean, before he makes his babyface turn because he's so good as a heel. I think
Well,
he's
what do you
been
mean? What do you mean blue blood? Where you?
kind of like an Englishman type of
Oh, okay, okay.
type of feel to him, kind of like aristocratic, you know what I mean, type of feel to
I
him.
thought you meant Tom Selleck. Okay,
No,
go
no, no,
ahead.
no, no. More like the Regal and Eaton
Yes, I
Blue
got it.
Bloods and
Got it.
Squire David Taylor back in the day.
Right,
The Blue
right.
Bloods had a
Yes,
really
yes.
good music, by the way.
Yeah, I
Dum,
remember.
dum, bum, 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 ba, 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 ba. Really
The
good
theme.
theme music for. See, I'm a theme music guy. I can tell you
Yeah.
theme music from pro wrestlers from back in the '80s, and
Okay. Well,
yeah,
we
things
maybe
like
we'll
that.
do that next week. Do
Yeah,
you have
theme
another
song.
super?
Theme
Do
song
you have
too.
another chat here? Another
Okay, real
question?
quick. We don't have any more super chats. So again, if you super chat, it guarantees you opportunity. So we got one more question that we
Oh,
have time for.
let me
So
look over your
let's
shoulder here. Yeah,
go.
that one.
Yes, that
That
one
one.
right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So could Priest cashing in on Drew after he beats Seth? This is some crown jewel question here to set us up for
Go
this
ahead.
weekend. Could Priest cashing in on Drew after he beats Seth push Drew past his limit and he finally turns? Could we see a turn from Drew at Crown Jewel, Bill Apter?
Yeah, that what if he does that and he becomes champion and we're talking about now Damian Priest cashing in on Drew.
On Drew, yes, and which causes Drew to turn. Is what he's saying.
Yeah, and then Drew becomes a member of the Judgment Day.
And reverses that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Vince Russo's he's mentioned that. I'm not a fan of that idea. And I said that to him too. I'm not a fan of that idea. I think Drew McIntyre, I think people want to see kind of different from him. My thing is people I just don't like these turns. Like there's turns to me are relevant from a purpose of a storyline, to build a
Hmm.
storyline. A turn for turn's sake makes no sense to me.
It happens too often, doesn't it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
does, and it doesn't have that punch to it anymore. You know what I mean? When turns were turned, like San Martino and Zabisco back in
Oh,
1980, right?
the
It
greatest
was
turn in the
it was
world.
mentor mentee, and people were so surprised that San Martino got shafted by Larry Zabisco. His mentee and that was a great turn because it was a mentor-mentee
I
relationship
was
in an angle.
there.
Yes, I mean,
There,
like,
and that doggone Zabisco, he was a Judas. I went
yeah,
right into my Bruno.
very nice, Bruno.
Now, one
Yeah.
more thing, by the way, I understand that after Crown Jewel, there's a rumor going around the entire social media thing that you and Bro Russo might be doing some sort of a aftermath. Is this true?
It has yet to be seen, right? 6 words. Then you said 5 words. What is it?
Something like that.
Yeah, I thought
It
you said 5
remains
words.
to be
It
seen.
remains to be seen. There you go. It remains to
Just
be.
a
It remains to be seen.
rumor I heard.
It remains to be seen.
Yes.
All right, Bill Apter, let
Yeah.
them know where to find you, my friend.
Well, they can find me, of course, right here every Tuesday night, live at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on UnSKripted. You can find me on the Time Machine along with Hala Hala, Teddy Long, and Mac Davis. This is my Mac Davis imitation, and we tape that every Tuesday
It's
night
Mac
at 6
Davis coming
p.m.
here.
I will be possibly on a trip in 2 weeks, but I don't want to say anything about it. After it happens, I'll let people know where I was and what I did.
Yes.
And go to WrestleBinge, subscribe, and you can follow me. And hopefully, our production department will put my Twitter handle right next to my name here at Apter, APTER, the number 1 at Apter One Wrestling.
Yeah,
no N in my name. No N in my name.
I agree with you. We need that. We need some social media love for the man Bill Apter.
Hold on a minute. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Yeah, you're writing a note. You're writing a note to demand to the media department that the media department need to change his lower third.
There After One Wrestling.
I got you, man. I got you. Let me.
Now you're at After. No, never mind.
Actually, let me help you out. After One Wrestling. That's the cool thing about this here. Ready? Count to 3.
1. English or Spanish?
Either one you want.
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
But it's under you.
Yeah, that's all right. I can't move it. But at After One Wrestling, forget mine. It's about
thank you,
After
fans,
One
by the way, for following us every week and watching this on the replay. If this is after your bedtime, Dr.
Indeed.
Chris and I really appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. For those who listen to us on podcast form, be sure to hit that follow button on Spotify. Yeah, and that will really help our algorithms as well. Listening, I was actually listening to my podcast last night when I was working out today, and because I was listening to my equipment and how I usually listen to my equipment and how it sounds and stuff like that. So yeah. So it was pretty cool. So
I can't wait to see Crown Jewel, and we'll talk about it, of course, next week. Yes,
Crown Jewel aftermath next week, and taking your questions, taking your super chats, and seeing what's So all right. Again,
I might do a Crown Jewel aftermath.
Yes, no more super chats, so we'll go ahead and leave it there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here is Bill Apter.
And this guy over there,
Dr. Chris.
Yeah, Dr. Chris is over there. He's over there. He's in the other box.
He's in the other box. This is UnSKripted. Have a good night, everybody.
We'll see you at the matches. All right.